Good afternoon to everybody. How you doing? Hope all is well. Keep up the beautiful work. We are continuing the holy mission of the Mishnah Yomi for just a few minutes a day. We could accomplish so much, and Hashem is extremely proud of everybody, and He will bring the Geula shelemah to Am Yisrael bekarov. We are in Masechet Zivahim, Perek Gimal, Mishnah Vav, Geula v'Yeshua, shehato menad la'aniach damo. O et emurav l'mahar. Till now we were learning there are certain parts of the korban that if someone has in mind when they're doing that step of the korban that they're going to bring it outside of the hechal, outside of the courtyard in the Beit HaMikdash, or at the wrong time, the korban can either be pasul or even worse, pigul. Well, there are certain parts of the korban that if someone does have the wrong intention for those parts only, the korban is still a kosher korban, and that's what our Mishnah and the next Mishnah will be discussing. Shehatoa menad la'aniach damo o et emurav l'mahar. If a person had in mind that they're going to sprinkle the blood at the time of slaughtering, they're going to sprinkle the blood at the wrong time, which is tomorrow, or burn the limbs of the korban, or lahotzian lachutz, or to eat them or bring them outside of the courtyard. It's a machloket. Rabbi Yehuda posel. Rabbi Yehuda says still that makes the korban, the whole entire thing, pasul. However, v'chachamim machshirin, chachamim say that is still kosher. However, the rest of the Mishnah, even Rabbi Yehuda agrees that the korban is still kasher. Shehato al menat liteno al gabe hakevesh. We mentioned that if someone sprinkles the blood in the wrong place initially, they didn't do anything. So if they had intention to do that, since they didn't do anything that wrong, you have to, if there's still blood in the animal, then you could fix it by bringing the blood that's still in the animal in the right place. So if someone slaughtered on condition to put the blood on the kevesh, on the ramp, shelo kineged yesod, or on the mizbeach where the foundation is not sticking out, litena tenitanin lemata lemala, something that's supposed to be sprinkled below, he has in mind that he's going to bring it on top, or vice versa, tenitanin lemala lemata, if it was supposed to be brought above, he has in mind that he's going to bring it below, or tenitanin bifnim bahutz, if he has in mind that it's something that's supposed to be on the inside of the hechal, the mizbeach that's inside, the small mizbeach, the mizbeach hazahav, or bahutz, or he switches it around, tenitanim bahutz bifnim, or something that's supposed to be on the outside, he had in mind that he's going to bring it inside. Sheochlu timeim, when he's slaughtering, he has in mind that it's someone who's tameh, impure, is going to eat the korban, she'akrivu timeim, that the people who are tameh will bring it closer. She'achlu arelim, or someone who did not get a brit milah will eat from it. She'akrivu arelim, or somebody who did not get a brit milah will sacrifice certain parts or bring them closer to the mizbeach. All these things are still kosher, and the Mishnah continues. L'shaber atzmot Pesach, the Torah HaPesach. Torah tells us when we eat the korban Pesach, we are not allowed to break any of its bones, because the night of Passover we're all kings, and a king does not break bones in a steak. He doesn't have to get to the nitty-gritty. So if a person slaughtered it with having in mind that he's going to break the bone of the korban Pesach, it still doesn't annul the korban. Torah says we have to roast it. What if he eats it half raw? Is that okay? It's not okay, but it's still, if that was his intention when he slaughtered, it's still a kosher korban. Damo bedam, la'arev damo bedam pesulin. If he had in mind he's going to mix this blood together with another blood that's not kosher, all these cases, if he had that in mind when he slaughtered, it's still the rest of the stages of the korban are kosher, kasher. She'ena machshava poselet ela chutz lizmano v'chutz lemkomo. It's only invalid if a person had in mind what we've been learning about for the past few classes, that certain parts, the meat, for example, cannot be slaughtered with intention that it's going to be eaten outside or out of the time, or v'pesach v'chatat shelo lishman, or the korban pesach or the korban hatat that a person had in mind for a different animal. Everything else is kosher. Mishnah Aleph, we're starting now Perek Dalit already, and we're in Mishnah Aleph. Beit Shammai Omrim, Kol HaNitanin al Mizbeach HaChitzon, She'im Nitana Matana Hat Kiper. This is the rule. We're still continuing the same train of thought that we were having till now. However, the Gemara, the Mishnah, gives us a pre-game show before we get to the actual halachot. First, there's a machloket. What if certain things have to be sprinkled on all four corners of the mizbeach? What if someone only sprinkled one? So over here, the Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel tell us the minimum of each korban. What's the actual law? Even though the other three corners or the other one corner is crucial, however, it's not crucial enough to nullify the korban. Bet Shammai Omrim, Kol HaNitanin al Mizbeach HaChitzon, anything that's brought on the outer mizbeach, Shem Nitanan Matana Hat, even if it's required to sprinkle it on more than one corner, if the person only sprinkled one, it's still kosher. Kiper, the korban forgave them. Ubahatat, however, it's a korban hatat, shte matanot, then the minimum b'diavad, if it was done already, is 2 matanot. Bet Hillel omrim av hatat shenitana matana hat kiper. Bet Hillel says by both of them one is enough. Now that we know one is enough, so if a person had in mind that the first one he's going to sprinkle properly, but the second one he's going to do improperly, since the second one is not crucial according to halacha, so he didn't make the korban invalid. Lefikach, therefore, im natana terishona ketikna. If he was slaughtering the animal having in mind that the first sprinkle is going to be proper and the second sprinkle is not going to be proper, since the second sprinkle anyway is not detrimental to the korban, kiper, it forgave the person for their korban, meaning to say the korban is kosher. Natana tarishona chutz lezmana v'tashniya chutz lemkoma pigul. If a person had in mind that the first one he's going to do something wrong, either out of time or out of place, or the second one out of place as well, in that case, pigul, it's the severe pasul, it's so not kosher, v'hayavim alav karet, and a person who ate that korban gets karet, God forbid, heavenly punishment. Mishnah Bet, Perek Dalid, Mishnah Bet, it stands for Ben David, Mashiach Ben David will come and redeem us. We'll put another one in the bank for Shabbat Kodesh. Kol HaNitanin al Mizbeach HaPenimi. This is the exact opposite of what we learned in the last Mishnah. We had a machloket between Bet Hillel and Bet Shammai on the outer Mizbeach, but technically you could only bring one if a person sprinkled in one corner, the korban is still good. However, and the inner Mizbeach, that's not the law. Kol HaNitanin al Mizbeach HaPenimi, if it has to be brought on the inner Mizbeach, Shem Hiser Ahat Mikos Min HaMatanot Lo Kiper, if a person did not do all the sprinkling, they did not fulfill the obligation. The korban did not forgive the person for their sin. Therefore, since all are crucial, all the sprinklings, if a person had a bad intention on any of the sprinkling, it's still no good. Lefikach im natan kulam ketiknan v'hat shelo ketikna. If a person did all three sprinkles, good. However, the fourth one, he had wrong intentions, the whole thing is not good, since all four corners are detrimental when it comes to the inside mizbeach. Pasul ve'em bo karet. However, it's not pigul where there is karet, but it is pasul, a pasul korban, and if a person did eat the meat, there's no karet at the end of the day. I hope everyone has the greatest day. Keep up the great work, good things, all the best. Bye.